Everybody, so I've been playing around with making videos, making kind of like animated videos and doing it in Keynote. You can also do the same type of thing in PowerPoint. I'm just a little bit more comfortable with Keynote, so that's what I'm playing in. So I thought I would kind of walk you through the process so that you can explore it as well. So first I'll show you an example of one that I just made. Okay, so before we jump into Keynote, I'm not going to go over this part a lot. I'll link to another video where I tell more about it. So the program that you were just watching this in that I use to store all of my videos and that I also use to record is Ilo's Video. It is a paid program. I pay like $15 a month, but to me it's really, really worth it. But I will link to a video that tells you more why it's worth it, because that's not what we're talking about today. So back over here, once you open up Keynote, you have some different options. Depending on where you want to project your video, you're going to want to be in standard or wide. If you're really making it for like computer viewing, I'd recommend going to wide because it's just going to make the ratio a little bit better. So you can scroll through and pick whichever one you kind of like. I tend to be drawn to this one. So you go ahead and select that. Now you're going to see when it opens it up, because I don't have a huge computer screen, it cuts it off. So I just shrink it down to make sure that I can see the whole screen while I'm working. So as far as building this, you're really building it like you would build a Keynote presentation or like you would build a PowerPoint presentation. So our title here might be how to make video with Keynote. Okay, you can type whatever you want. Maybe here I'll put animation. So now that I have my text in, I'm going to figure out what kind of animation I want on this screen. So I'm going to click on my text. Over here, you can make adjustments. Today, I'm really going to focus on how you're turning this into a video. So I'm going to click on the animate. Click add effect. I personally like the typewriter feature for text. You can play with this part here of like how quickly or how slowly it types. So that can be kind of fun. Or you can go ahead and make it type backwards if that entertains you. So once you have that animated how you want it to, then I'm also going to go ahead and animate this box. So you can animate basically any box. So for this one, just as something different, we'll do dissolve, preview. Okay, maybe I want it to dissolve a little bit slower. See if I like that. Okay, so once I like that, now I can actually add a transition to my entire slide. I like to have these as much automatic as possible since you're turning this into a video. So I'm going to add my effect. I'm going to do a page flip for this one. So that's our first slide. So now we need to add another slide. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and do a blank one. One of the other things that I think is fun to play with is under shapes, you have all this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick out some shapes for us to play with. So I'll put a bunch of shapes on my desktop, kind of spread them out, and then I normally start by playing with the size of them. Obviously, you want this to like relate to what your video is about. This isn't going to be a video or anything important. This is just for fun. So now I changed all my shapes. Again, if you want, you can change color and things like that, but we are focusing on the animation. So I'm going to click on my first shape and decide how I want it to be animated. I haven't even tried this one, so let's see what, oh, that actually makes fireworks. That seems exciting for a pair of scissors. So we'll go with that one. Then I click on this and I get another action. Let's see. That's kind of fun if we squish that. And then I can add an effect for my light bulb, and I'm gonna have that happen to it. Okay, so now I have all of those objects animated. And again, I'm just gonna click on the slide, make it automatic, and make an effect for changing the slide. So we'll do one more slide together. Pick whatever you want. We'll go ahead and do one with images since we haven't done that one yet. Pick an image, kind of like this guy, so I'll put him there. Pick another image, put that one, and one more. I don't use images a whole lot in my animated ones. I don't find them quite as interesting, but we'll just do it for the heck of it and see what happens. I'm gonna have a comment for this one. Let's see, this one, we'll go ahead, we'll have this one fade in and scale. You kind of decide how much you want it to scale. And we'll have this one blur. And then last, we want to animate our entire slide. And I'm gonna do a swap for that one. And again, I want that to happen automatically. So once you have all the slides made and animated how you want them to, I like to kind of have it play and see how it looks. So we can kind of look through this, have our images come up, and then that's the end. Once I feel like I'm happy with how I've animated it, then it's time to make the recording. So as I said, I use Ilo's Video as a recorder. You could also use QuickTime Player or Screencast. You just need something that is going to record your screen. So you go ahead, record the screen. If you don't want any sound, then you'll want to turn that off so it doesn't record, just kind of like you clicking or making sounds. You record it, and then, just like we watched over here, you now have an animated video.